This picture is just awesome. It really shows off the huge size of the ATM-6. The ATM-6 is so big, in fact, you can see in this picture this AT-AT could walk under it. Wait a minute. If the ATM-6 is so big and powerful, why did the First Order use AT-ATs? First of all, let's look at the difference between the First Order AT-AT and the Imperial AT-AT. The difference is pretty minor, but still a difference. First of all, the First Order AT-AT was slightly taller and longer, nothing special there. But the First Order also improved the targeting sensors. The First Order AT-AT was also capable of speedier weapon recharges. And last, the First Order had materials that were lighter than the materials used on the Imperial AT-AT, but still just as strong. So the First Order AT-AT had more layers of armor, but was no heavier. I also want to note that both variants had a crew of 3, a pilot, a gunner, and a vehicle commander. And the First Order AT-AT had 2 heavy laser cannons, but the Imperial AT-AT had 2 heavy laser cannons plus 2 medium. The First Order probably ditched the medium laser cannons for faster weapon recharge rates. But even with these upgrades, the AT-AT couldn't compare to the ATM-6, which had a Mega Caliber 6 turbo laser plus 2 heavy chin-mounted laser cannons. So why did the First Order still use AT-ATs? We get the answer when we compare the ATM-6 stats to the AT-AT's stats. Yes, the ATM-6 had more firepower, but let's go down to the part where it says crew and compare that. The ATM-6 has a crew of 5, a pilot, gunner, vehicle commander, 2 weapon engineers, and 12 passengers. And the AT-AT has a crew of 3, a pilot, gunner, vehicle commander, and this is the key component, plus up to 40 passengers. So the ATM-6 has 12 passengers and the AT-AT has 40 passengers. So the First Order uses AT-ATs as troop transports. Or in other words, the ATM-6 can hold a decent amount of troops and the AT-AT can hold a lot of troops. But it gets even worse for the ATM-6 once you look at the cross-section for these vehicles. Let me explain. Okay, I have the complete Vehicles Incredible cross-section book and the Last Jedi cross-section book. Let's start with the complete vehicle. Let's flip to the page with the AT-AT. Okay, we're here. Now let's take a look. Would you look at that? Extendable deployment cable rack, high-speed cable winch, deployment staging platform, up to 40 snowtroopers awaiting deployment. Let's now look at the Last Jedi cross-sections. Let's go ahead and flip over to the page with the ATM-6, and you can see in this picture those 12 seats that I mentioned earlier. And right here it says, seats for small number of embarked infantry. It says nothing about deployment cables, deployment platforms, nothing. To make things worse, the seats are on the second level. Now to be fair, the AT-AT does deploy troops from the second level, but the ATM-6 has seats that face inward, meaning the seats would be blocking your path so you couldn't deploy troops from the side. But what about deploying downward? Well, you would have to go through the first and second floor and all this, so that wouldn't work. Well, let's not give up hope just yet. Why couldn't you deploy from the rear? Well, you see these massive turbo laser fuel cells blocking your way? So here's my theory. The AT-AT can be used to deploy massive amounts of troops in combat, for instance, the Battle of Crate and Hoth. So basically, the AT-AT can be used to deploy troops in short-range missions or in combat. And the ATM-6 can be used for long-range missions. In the Last Jedi Incredible cross-section book, it says, auxiliary space can be customized depending on mission profile. So basically, I think the ATM-6 can carry troops for long-range missions, deploy them before entering battle, and the infantry can go in on foot or speeder. Oh, and the AT-AT can carry 5 speeders, and the ATM-6 can carry 0. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and consider leaving a comment, and don't forget to vote in the poll in the upper right-hand corner. And I'll see all you guys next time.